Welcome to Alive on One, an MCP/miniature gaming podcast. I'm here today with my buddy Jim. How's it going, Jim?
Hey, Steven. I have a monster open and ready to talk about some Marvel Crisis Protocol.
Got your Magnum condoms? You ready to party?
And only the tallest.
That's from Always Sunny in Philadelphia. But anyways, we're also here today with Pedro. How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Great. Awesome. Today on Alive on One, we will be talking about the mighty Avengers. Oh yeah, I guess I should say too, we made Pedro like a normal podcast person on this episode. I don't think I've announced that. So welcome,
it's
Pedro.
better to make him a normal as opposed to abnormal.
He's a little abnormal, but we'll have him anyways.
I am abnormal. I don't know.
Well,
Grace here.
Formally welcome to Alive on One. And so yes, I know our listeners are thinking we have 6 people on here. Let me tell you, you will be getting weekly content, so do not complain. So, it's much easier with 6 people, and you can take breaks. And so logistically, it just all works out. So right now we have 6 in the current rotation. Pedro is our newest. We introed him on the Black Order episode, but he's from New Jersey. Pedro, I guess real quickly, since this is your first like official one, well, second technically, but what's one thing you love about miniature gaming, or that people should know about you?
I'm not gonna answer that part, but no, I just love the community. I think it's really awesome. I actually joined when it was COVID, and me and my dad were looking for something to do, and we started painting together, and then ended up finding minis and then Marvel, and then it's been great. I actually love it. I've met a lot of new people.
Nice. Good answer. All right,
I do really like that you and your dad just chill and play miniature games with each other. Like,
yeah, that's pretty
cool. Have that, and that's a really dope thing to have.
Yeah, it was me and my dad, and then my fiance started, and then slowly and just starting to get bigger and bigger, which is actually really cool.
Gabagool.
Gabagool.
Pedro's from New Jersey as well. So
it's Taylor Ham.
I don't know what that is, but
no one on this podcast is Italian, by the way.
Gabagool. I've been watching a lot of The Sopranos, as both of these two know. So
it's really good.
Yeah, highly recommended. Anyway, so moving on to our normal bullshit. Jen, you got an Alive on One story?
Yeah, I was just playing one of the Lunch Meat games, and my opponent got me in a really good bind where he was about to score 5 points to win the game, and Hawkeye was like thrown very far away with a stagger and like 1 hit point left. But he was able to shake the stagger, do a move, then hook arrow to get onto a scoundrel at the top of point to let the round go one more round. So we didn't win at the end, but I thought it was really cool that, despite that guy's still fast enough to come back onto a secure point. It was crazy.
Yeah, he's pretty good. I also love how in our notes here you capitalized Alive on One as if it's a proper noun. So thank you.
It is a proper name to a specific, work of art, let's say.
Work of art. Yes.
Listen, I didn't say it wasn't crass. I didn't say it was full of fart jokes. But it is art.
Well, at least our listeners didn't hear the pregame talk.
Oh boy. All right, but yeah, that's it for me.
Cool, yeah. Well, I'm sorry about the game, but yeah, Hawkeye still slaps. Or slaps again, if you will. So our next section is kind of the hobby catch-up. So I recently played a game of Warhammer 40,000, and before you vomit, it was a lot of fun. So, no, it was a great time. But that being said, my friend, he's the guy I'm commissioning his Emperor's Children. He decided to give me like 6 more boxes of demons to take home. So I now have probably about 2K points of demons I've got to get over to him. So there we go. I got to build those all up. finished building my Tau. So they're going to be on the paint desk very, very soon. Once I go back to Worcester, I'm getting over a cold. Got a really bad flu this week, and also tested positive for COVID. So I feel like they're the same thing, probably.
You're getting the 1-2 punch here, man. Like that's rough.
Yeah, it was bad. But I didn't go to school this week, and school started. So today I had to do some homework. But I'm not in Worcester right now, so I'm going back at some time within the next 3 to 4 days. So I'll start painting then. But yep, and then upcoming events. Jin, you want to talk a little bit about CaptainCon?
CaptainCon, yeah, CaptainCon is happening. It is going to be January the 30th, 31st, and February 1st. We have a team tournament on the 31st and the 1st of February. Currently, we have 7 teams, and we'd love to get an 8th team there to fill out the bracket. Please come. It's full of going to be great people there. We have a ton of prizes, I think, to try to give out to people. So yeah, come out and let's roll some dice.
Pedro, I noticed you weren't signed up for a team, so
I'm not going.
Damn, what the hell, man?
I would love to. I would love to. Trust me, but I am not.
Okay.
I will definitely do it next time. I promise.
One thing you are coming to is our Alive on One tournament on March 21st. I believe
right.
I have a link in the description below already. I think. If not, I'll have to do that. But yeah, that's coming up on the 31st or 21st of March at Midgard in Derry in New Hampshire. So please come for that. It's a charity tournament, so proceeds go into Dana-Farber, or at least like some of the proceeds in our raffle, which I probably should start structuring. Yeah, that's that.
Yeah, please come to that. That was a lot of fun. There's a chicken place that Adam Sandler likes that we will go to.
Yeah, everyone's talking about this Adam Sandler chicken place. I did not know, fun fact, I knew Adam Sandler grew up in New Hampshire. There's like 3 famous people we have. Adam Sandler, Alan Shepard, and Mary Baker Eddy. Famous for very different reasons. But those are kind of like the top 3 New Hampshireites. Oh, and Franklin Pierce, I guess, if you like presidents and shit. But
nice.
Some people are into that, the like presidential history. I am not, but anyways, apparently Adam Sandler loves this chicken place, and it is really good fucking chicken. Also have a good sub place recommendation, so come on up and eat some Burkean meals, if you will. I'm just going to use my last name as an adjective, and you started this, Jin. You began this.
I use it as an adjective. Yeah, I guess I did.
Yep. Now it can't be stopped.
It also can be used as a verb, actually. It's pretty versatile, I guess.
Borked him? Sounds like pork, so I'll take it. I borked him.
Oh, you really borked this up, didn't you?
Well, now when you use it that way. All right, though. So,
please come out for a good cause. It's a fun time for everybody.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, it'll be great. I'm TOing with Jin, unless there's like a certain amount of people, Jin, you could probably play. But right now, Jin and I are TOing that tag team, and so it should be a good time. Midgard's a great venue. I do want to say, like, plug to them one little bit. They probably have out of all like kind of paint supplies. So if you're like a true like a hobbyist and you really like paint, I think they have like every line I've ever seen. Like all the main ones you can think of, like Vallejo, AK, but they have like all the products for those. So like AK, they have like some of this obscure weathering stuff that you can't really, you have to order online, you don't see in stores. So if you're a hobbyist, they have like a ton of like models like Gundam and some of the World War II tanks as well. So like it's a great spot if you're super into like any of the hobbying aspects of this game and whatever.
Yep. Some of our previous guests also work there too, like Phil and whatnot. So please support their shop.
Sean is there all the time. I'm not sure if he works there. But
I think Sean does work there, actually. I think it's at least Sean and Phil are very affiliated there. And obviously our friend Brian also runs the stuff out of there all the time. So that's also, it's just a good spot to support the community.
Absolutely. It's kind of like one of my main gaming communities at this day and age as well. So everyone there is real cool. Come on down. And we're at 10 minutes. So our topic tonight We're going to talk about the new. I'm actually thinking of releasing this like almost immediately now that I mentioned it. But we're going to talk about the new affiliation on the block, the Mighty Avengers. So I guess like just prefacing and kind of leading into the discussion here. The box dropped on the 9th, so last Friday. The leadership or affiliation list didn't drop until a few days after that. But we finally have our tactics cards. We have Spectrum and Blue Marvel box, which introduced the affiliation. And then we have the affiliation list. And so I think since this is a kind of a, I've watched a few games. Jin, you've probably played, I don't know, I want to guess like 5 to 7 games, and Pedro, same.
Mm-hmm.
So we're kind of hot taking here, but we will go through kind of like our normal faction focuses and just try to like talk about the characters, talk about like some of the cool things you can do, and just kind of discuss the new hot toys on the market.
Do they transform?
Oh, can you imagine if they do like a Marvel Transformers crossover? And never mind. Wet dreams. Oh, sorry.
Pause.
Yeah. But moving on.
Pause for Bork.
Yep. Pause for work.
I'm a little inappropriate tonight. It's almost like I've had no social contact for a week.
It's almost like you had the flu.
To be fair,
Yeah.
you're probably like delirious slightly at this point. So
A little bit. I've been inside my room for about 4 or 5 days, just kind of resting and watching The Sopranos. So, gabagool. That's all I got.
So, Mighty Avengers. So right now, I'm thinking that they seem to speak to me as a mid-range team at the moment, and that's because I think like the characters hit pretty hard, but they don't have a lot of action compression necessarily. And I think Pedro, you've mentioned this as well, right?
Yes.
As far as like their playstyle goes, like where do you think they fall as far as like the scoring, fighting, like Spectrum here?
That's
See what I did there?
I see what you did there. I think like right in the middle, same thing, mid-range team. Actually, I think you can make this team very scenario driven and try to kind of run the field, but like in a good way, not like webs. Webs just like if you play a D map with webs, like that's like a uphill battle. But I think they can kind of hold their own. I think they're really good.
What are you saying? If you play webs on a D map, that's an uphill against webs?
Yeah, like against webs.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yes. No, but I think that, like you said, it's a mid-range team. I think they can definitely hold their own, and the power leadership is awesome.
Yeah, and I want to kind of define mid-range here because we use it a lot and whatever. So I think in between, if you're going to do, no pun intended, but if you're going to put it on a spectrum, then, oh God, the dad jokes will be here all day. Between like mission playing and attrition, so attrition being damage, mission playing being like, webs who Miles 1 leadership kind of being the exemplar of this where you're just trying to score and like ideally you're just pulling off points without actually doing damage. I mean, obviously you have to do damage in this game, but like, what I mean? That's if you're having two sides of the spectrum, one would just be like punch, punch, punch. The other one would be like, don't punch, play the mission, run away with the points, blah, blah, blah. And most of our listeners are familiar with that, but I don't think I've heard anyone talk about what mid-range means. And I think for me, at least, this is a good time to like add it in. It kind of means the ability to go between both, like an all-rounders almost. So to go between mission playing and attrition, but not quite leaning one way or the other, but the ability to kind of switch. APOC kind of being the best example of like a mid-range team par excellence, if you will.
Yeah, it's like a mid-range team can sort of like look at the field and feel like it's like, okay, am I the beatdown or are they the beatdown? Basically.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Like adaptable game plan kind of is definitely where I'm going with that too.
Yep.
Yeah. And once we go through the affiliation list, you can kind of see that they do have like a wide, several types of models, like in terms of like what threat levels they can come in at and their different roles that they can offer. Because you can certainly go very wide with this team, but also you can go pretty tall as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really love how they gave them a 2 and New Mutants still don't have one.
I mean, you have a 3-threat leader.
Yeah, whatever. Moving on. So, yeah, if we're kind of bucketing them in mid-range team, do you want to just go through the characters? Do we want to like list them one by one, or do we want to talk about them like? So we'll go like Ant-Man and then talk about like what we think in the affiliation.
So probably we should go over the 2 new characters first, right? Because like we have to give these characters in the context of what Spectrum and Blue Marvel maybe offer, right?
Yeah.
Yep. And we should probably start with Spectrum then, in that case, because she's the leader.
Yep.
Spoiler alert. So, Jen, you want to take it?
Sure. So Spectrum is our new 4th threat leader. She has like a pretty decent stat line, bet 344, which is normally would be like kind of but the fact that she has the reverse pierce tech, just like Bishop does, where any wild G roll will be able to turn one of their success results on offense to a blank. And each one that she reverse pierces in that manner, she will get a power for. Now, this is sort of balanced by the fact that she also has a bunch of gainers for her power generation. So Gamma Strike, the 2 range 2 6 dice stack is just a gainer, but it gives out stun. The Beam 4 gainer for 4 dice is really good because it's a Beam 4, which is a lot of range. It gives you power for each one, and you have the Doctor Strange ability to sort of re-roll any, or not any, but all the dice. So it's either all or nothing re-roll. But it's good if you didn't like the first roll that come up. Spender is really good. There was a misprint, I guess, on the actual card. It's not cost 0 power. It should cost 4, but it allows you to pick either physical or energy. And then she can place one afterwards, and then she can throw from there as well. It's like 8 dice at range 3, which is like pretty solid. So that's it for the attacks. And then like for the rest of the superpowers, she has the ability to have flight and immunity to bleed, incinerate, and poison, which is just good. But the big sauce here on her card is also the energy boost, which is sort of like a deficit decree. So the idea is that during the create dice step of a friend, either from herself or a friend, actually. So unlike Thanos, she can actually pump up her own dice. She can just add 2 dice to her dice pool when she's creating her attack dice pool, which is really good. It can be used once per turn, but the fact is that she can use it for herself or friends is like really, really, really good. Yep. Pedro, do you want to talk about?
It does bypass Eye in the Sky.
Yes, it does. So the text is so unlike Juggernaut, which can get like blown up by Eye in the Sky, right? Because like that's all like sort of like tied to the targeting step, and it can dissipate.
Yep.
This can't be used until you actually finalize your targets. So in that case, there should be no real way to deny this most of the time, I think.
Yep.
Which is really, really nice. But yeah, Pedro, do you want to talk about the leadership here?
Yes. So it's once per turn when an ally would gain 1 power or more. It may gain 1 less, and then you can pass it to any other ally character. It is rangeless, which is amazing. I think it opens up a lot of ways to construct your team, and I think it also opens up a lot of characters that people tend to not bring because either they're power starved or they're always like, oh, this guy just needs 1 more power, and I think he's like the best character. And I think this leadership does open up a lot of things that we will be discussing.
Yeah, so it's interesting because it's power from any source, right? That you can just sort of give up.
Yep.
So it's like anytime you would have taken damage, right? You could have, let's see, it's by a throw, collision damage, a builder or a gator that you do, or even something like King T'Challa's, Defender of Wakanda that gives you a random power out of the ether. You can pass that power to somebody once per turn. Instead.
Yes. Yep.
Or rather, they will get the power instead of them. It's not really passing a power. It's more like you're substituting the recipient of the power instead is what it actually is.
Yeah. Yep.
Did you have something to say, Stephen?
No.
Okay.
Just to also clarify for people, this does not work on cubes. So if you were to take power from any crisis, like damage, and then gain a power in any form, you cannot pass a power from something else.
Why?
because it's a turn, and crisis is a effect of crisis, so you cannot gain a power.
Yeah, so that means that if you get power during the cleanup phase, for instance, or power during the, let's say, even the power phase,
yes,
you wouldn't be able to pass it because these are not during a turn, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and so I think, that's the leadership like as written. I think in practice, from what I've seen, more often than not, the majority of the passive power I've seen occurs when you're using a gainer or taking damage. Just to give people kind of like the like practical in game where that kind of like how you see it. I've seen a lot of like you're taking damage, you pass power, like, or you're doing a builder, pass power, because you gain like one extra or something like that. So it's a little bit easier to like. I feel like it's a little bit easier to use than the Inhumans because like power sourcing leaderships are a common. This is a common thing, right? So. You've got like Steve 1, you've got Dormammu, you've got Inhumans right now, and X-Men pretty much that all kind of like have sort of, it's a power passing mechanic. I think this one, in effect, you see most often, Dormammu's in the power phase, for example. This one you see most often when you're like hitting or taking damage. Most often.
But it is it is a like, a movement of power versus like a producing new power, right? So,
right.
Unlike like Cyclops and Dormammu, like they actually just generate fresh power for people. Whereas this one, you still have to be kind of like a little bit resource managing, but it is definitely helpful by the fact that there's no range ban on like Inhumans.
Yeah, that's a really good distinction too, Jin. Like, yeah, because it's not creating like unexisting power; it's just like transferring power that would already be on the board. Although, I guess in certain cases, if you're taking like, say, you have, no, never mind. Yep, it would be the same thing. Never mind. Yep. Just correcting myself in my head.
On the
air. Yeah. But so obviously Spectrum is the leader if you're going to run Mighty Avengers. So let's talk about, and I guess we didn't mention, she's also immune to bleed, incinerate, poison, which is sort of useful. It was useful, and we just did a short practice game, Jin and I handed out bleed with Zemo, and you ignored it because she's immune to bleed.
Yep, incinerate's a big deal too, right? So you never go below unless it's like a honey badger, right? So you never go below that 344 threshold most of the time for your defense dice, which is important because you want to roll those wilds.
Yeah, the wilds are the like reverse pierce is very good. I think she's like definitely someone you could see splash, especially for her energy boost. And just like general attrition list, that's like a super useful superpower to have. But like moving on to the next part of that box, which is Blue Marvel. Take it away, boys.
Pedro, do you want to talk about Blue Marvel first?
Or sure, I can. Yeah, 100%. So we have Blue Marvel. He's our 5 threat for the affiliation. One of our 5 threats. His defenses are 444, 7 health. And this guy is a turret. So to preface, I'm just going to jump really quick so you guys can understand the character more. He does count skulls on attack, defense, and dodge. This is really good because his first attack is range 4, 6 dice. So on 6 dice counting skulls, your math is like through the roof if you can boost dice as well. You are hitting above your weight class.
That's literally Dormammu's builder.
It is. Yeah, and how hard does Dormammu hit, Steven?
He hits like a freight truck sometimes.
Exactly. So, it is incredible when this guy can boost dice and hit as hard as he can. Especially, it's also energy, which I still think is the lowest form of defense in the game right now. I don't think it has changed, if I'm correct, Jin.
Yeah, and when we're talking about boost dice, for the remainder of the podcast listeners, we're talking about Spectrum's ability. Not anyone has this on their card besides her.
Yep.
So just make the clarification.
Yep. And then we have a lovely spender. It's an area 2, 8 dice, cost 5. And on a crit wild, deal 1 additional damage to every other enemy character. And then this character loses a power. I don't know how I feel about this one, but seems kind of cool.
So you should also note that every other enemy character within 2 of this character I think that actually means that you are splashing the damage to every enemy around
Every
him.
character, yes.
Yeah, because he's the other character, I guess, or So unless I'm mistaken, but like I think he actually will hit the original target as well with the energy pulse.
Yes, I think it works the same way like Carnage's thing.
Yeah,
because,
the rampage or
yes, yeah, yeah.
what it's called.
Yep. Semir Tendril? No, that's his first attack, I think. Oh, God. We're supposed to know these things. It's okay.
No,
Someone Google it.
How unprofessional.
Oh!
Yeah. Well, either way,
It's still
it is
pretty cool.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm not like hyped about that as much as whatever I've seen him just kind of. He's got to throw for 3 power, right? So,
Yes, yeah. Throw 3 power, size 4, enemy or character, range 3, medium. That is a far distance when it's a large base.
Yeah.
And then he has basically recal on a stick for your friends. So when this character or another allied character are defending within 3, you may reroll any number of your dice, including skulls. It's not all, which is really good because you might want to keep some stuff. And then you also gain an additional power when you roll a skull. So this guy's got a ton of power that he gains. He can also pass out power with the leadership because he's just always stacked on power. I've never, so far out of the couple of games I've played with him, I have not had him below 4. Like it's always been a lot on him.
Yeah, he's a really good battery.
Yes.
For the affiliations leadership. Excuse me. Just like his activation. Oh, sorry, Jin.
Oh, I just wanted to let the listeners know that the let loose does hit everybody around him.
Mm-hmm.
That includes the original target of the attack because the wording is similar to like Ultron's spender, where he pushes everybody out with the explosive force.
Yep.
So similar to that, like the trigger on Blue Marvel's attack is actually really, really good in that sense.
Yep.
Yeah, I really, honestly, when I've seen him in affiliation, and it's mostly Jin who's been using him, it's been pretty cool. Like, I don't think you see a spender that often, but like his boosted 8 dice builder with then the throw is just like pretty solid, and he on his activation he like always passes out power.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a very I don't know, I really like him in affiliation as a 5/3. I don't think he's like particularly splashable, but I could be wrong. But I mean, I kind of want to put him in my Dormammu list as a 5, but the problem there is like then you're competing with like Red Skull, right?
Yeah, there's much more like mobile 5s that I think Dormammu would probably ask for. Like this person's relatively still, right?
Yeah, but I think in affiliation, like he's a very solid piece. He was definitely designed to work off that Spectrum's leadership. So like, and with Spectrum with the boosting dice, he feels like a 5 threat with under Spectrum. He might be lacking without the constant dice boosting, but those two working together definitely feels like very, very good.
Yeah, they really paired up the box actually very well. I think it actually just complement each other.
I agree. The what I've been surprised a lot by actually is that time's up where you can throw somebody from range 3 has actually been pretty huge as far as like making him feel a little less bad as far as like the lack of action compression. Like being able to just walk and throw something most of the time has been like really good for good setup plays. While he just sort of like tanks a point on his own if he's not already trying to blast people.
Yep. Yeah, and Jin, I've seen you kind of use him a couple times, which I think will be a common play pattern for him to some extent. Like kind of hold him back, but then like still be within range 3. So you're like blasting someone a couple times, throwing someone. It seems like a pretty solid play pattern. He doesn't really particularly want to spend his actions moving because again, no action compression. So like getting him in a good spot early on in game, I think you'll see like more benefit from his kit.
Yep.
If he's just kind of standing there.
So let's see if we're good with Blue Marvel. Let's see. Do we want to move on to the actual affiliation list now?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess we can go kind of in order from what Jarvis has, if that makes it easier for everybody.
Indeed, it does, Jin. You know me too well.
Yes,
Okay. All right. We don't have the super full breakdown, but we can just talk about the characters like in context of this affiliation, because I'm sure we've talked about a few of these characters before. But first of all, let's go with Ant-Man. So Ant-Man's probably been actually no, we've actually talked about Ant-Man quite a bit on this podcast, right, Stephen?
Oh yeah, we have actually. Over the summer, especially, I think we were having some Ant-Man moments.
Yep. So this is a great leadership because I think the other ones like he doesn't benefit enough because like Mighty Steve, like he doesn't really have triggers that he wants to hit most of the time. Like he doesn't really get much from the discount Steve. So really it was like Sam Wilson was probably his best home previously for the affiliation list. This is nice though because now he's able to power his spender, which is a 7 dice beam 3 spender that give up conditions, which is actually pretty solid. And then he's able to also just be able to just transform willy-nilly and to just like uppercut people with 6 dice attacks, which can become an 8 die builder now, looking at this.
Yes, it can.
That seems pretty mean.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's very mean.
I kind of wish it was Wasp, but yeah, Ant-Man's good.
Steve is disappointed it's not Wasp.
Well, I like her kid a little bit more, but yeah, I definitely agree. Like, it's probably the best. I mean, Pin Particles is still also like a really having access to that card is still like pretty solid. So
yeah, even though the collision damage has gone down, I think being able to just move terrain right with a card and just giving that extra source of 3 damage you wouldn't expect from somebody like can be really key, right?
He's also more tankier if you also include Blue Marvel's reroll any, because you could reroll any with that and then also Tiny Superhero and reroll again. So like he actually survives a little bit longer.
Oh, that's true.
Yes.
And you also can unlock the skulls, right? So if your first initial roll just skulled out, that you can actually like get out of that.
Yes. Yep.
Nice. Yep. So yeah, I think he's good. Just that he's still like on the more fragile side. Like he's also a character that this is going to be a common theme that like with seeing Widow 2's like 6 health buff, I'm just like, ooh, I hope a bunch of these characters will get health buffs.
Yes.
Like in the future.
Yep.
So that's going to be a blanket, just saying that across the board. So I'll just get out of the way now. But as a whole, like I do really like Ant-Man as far as like a very fast skirmisher in this game.
Yep.
He can just rotate and just punch people, and sometimes it's going to be an 8 dice punch, and that's pretty cool. Let's see. Does anyone want to talk about Chosen of Bast? Any opinions?
good.
Okay, it's not Nightmare T'Challa, even, so you don't have to be,
No, I've used him in Defenders. Like I've used Black Panther Chosen of Bast actually like quite a bit. I think when you're not using King T, we'll talk about splashes, but I think if you're not using King T in this affiliation, then he's a pretty solid piece for pay to flips. We talked a little bit about him on the Dormammu episode, but like you can use Wisdom of the Ancestors on him, and he kind of like slaps above his weight class. I like the pounce. I think being able to kind of almost guarantee around 1 pounce, so you probably pounce move hit with him round 1, 5 dice with bleed. That's not too terrible. He can really, I think, in terms of like threatening the midline, or you move pounce hit or something like that, play pattern wise. But like I think threatening, someone picking up an extract off the midline, he's like pretty good piece for that. So I definitely think like solid all around. But the splashes probably complicate that to an extent.
If you really want to run King T'Challa, but obviously it's not required.
But that's the Black Panther problem in general. There's three Black Panthers. All of them are pretty good.
Yes.
Yeah.
I will say it's nice that this is actually a native like Mystic Attacker like in affiliation. There's not many of those in a lot of different affiliations, so I'm glad to see at least one here.
Yeah, it's mostly energy and physical besides him in this affiliation. So
basically,
definitely an option if you're looking for a Mystic Attacker.
Yeah, and being able to just like power him up so that he gets that Spirit Predator, because like once he's able to do Spirit Predator, I think it's like pretty spicy. And that's probably the thing you want to boost, right? To your 9 dice so that you can, actually either you fish for the finisher and then you just like get 2 dice on this finisher where you can reroll any dice, or you just make the spend her 9 dice in the first place to get the initial trigger. So I don't know. That'll be a player agency decision there.
Yeah. He's solid. I guess we can move on to the next one. Black Widow, the 2-threat. You have a 2-threat in affiliation, which feels bad for maybe other affiliations that are not receiving these gifts. Black Widow's great. I mean, I think getting her mixed technique on more often or exactly when you need to is a really good part of her kit, or the Counter-Strike. Making sure that's online when especially when you need it is a really benefit to her like 2-threat kit. So she's a good 2-threat. I don't know,
I think the 6-die potential 6-die mixed technique does get that stagger out like more consistently, which is really good coming out of a 2-threat. And then also, like, I don't know about you guys, but like when I run Black Widow, I tend to have a lot of extra power on her. So each time she gets chipped for damage, being able to pass that power, I think would be really nice to make it more efficient.
Yeah, I think when you're playing this affiliation, you have to think about things like that too, right? Like who's going to have excess power and putting them in positions where they're relevant. And like Black Widow already wants to grab extracts, as a 2-threat with an L move. So like she's in a really good position to like pass power for the rest of your team, kind of power them up as she takes damage.
Yep, I think so. Moving on, Pedro, do you want to talk about Captain America Sam Wilson?
Yes. I used to hate this character until I started playing this affiliation.
That's a hot take.
Yeah, it is the hottest of takes, but I also play very weird stuff. But no, I used to hate him because I couldn't figure him out, and then I finally figured him out after slamming him in like 6 or 7 games, and I was like, wow, this character is awesome. It's another long mover for the list. So
welcome, Pedro.
Yeah,
welcome.
Right.
Thanks for catching up.
Thank you, Sam.
Welcome to America.
Yeah. And no, it was just another long mover. Boosting his shield throw to guarantee the damage is really good, and to also try to guarantee the wild, because usually on 4 it's kind of rough sometimes, but to be able to do 6 and try to get the wild a little bit easier is really good. And then he also likes power, because he actually has a lot of things he could spend his power on. So it's one of those characters that if you have a battery like Black Widow and Ant-Man, who don't really spend too much, like they can just keep on passing him power. He can start like charging airlifting round 1 and just start really getting in as like aggressive, and he's good for displacement. So I actually really like him.
Yep, having damage-based displacement is like really, really nice. Much better than a trigger.
Yeah, I would agree 100%. And I think personally, I've played him in every single game. I think in this affiliation, just because, of course, it's brand new. There's only really, I think, like 4 tactics cards for this affiliation that we'll get to. I think you bring Birds of Prey almost every game, because boosting your shield throw almost to 9 dice with Birds of Prey, if they have flight, of course, and Spectrum, making it 9 dice, reroll anything can be really gnarly. And I don't know, I'm like kind of sold to actually put this character in almost every single game. I don't think he's ever been bad so far.
No, and I think the 2 characters are just, our 2 box characters, like really appreciate the airlift, right?
Yes. Yeah, because they, to preface it, they do not have action compression on those 2, on Spectrum and Blue Marble. They kind of sit there, and one does have a long move, but if they had a charge, it'd be a little bit, it'd be needed, but I think they put enough in this affiliation to be able to move them, especially with Airlift and Blue Marble's card that we'll get to. I think it actually fixes a lot of their issues.
Yep. Yeah, Sam always felt like he can sort of a do anything model. Like wherever you need him to do something, like he probably has a role to play, like in each game.
Yep. Yeah, and like I said, I used to hate him. I love him now. And then it was hilarious when I played the game and I said, oh, I ignore line of sight, so all this size 5 terrain does absolutely nothing for you. So he is awesome. I hope they never change him. except 1 extra health. I think that'd be cool.
Well, Pedro, I hate to break your heart, but they actually have already changed him.
Have they?
Yeah.
That leadership has gone through so many iterations. I
Well,
think
has
this
it
is like,
really?
This is like the 4th iteration.
No way.
Well,
Yeah.
it's because like the intent changes, right? Because before grunts didn't exist, so now they have to specify it's a non-grunt character. Before, I think Sam was able to benefit from his own leadership on his death knell, basically. So now they made it so that, hey, if he gets KO'd, like, sorry, no more leadership. No one gets that last free gasp of, all new, all different.
Oh, interesting. Damn.
Yeah. So
Well,
now it reads as intended, I think, from the developers.
I think, but without actually knowing that, I still think he's great.
Oh,
So,
yeah, no.
That's a good thing. They didn't really kill him with the Nerf hammer.
all right, Pedro. Put your pants down.
Hey. Put him down? Okay, I got it.
That sentence was not what I intended it to be.
Yeah, I know. You were speaking from the heart. That's why.
I think we all can agree
Sam,
as a whole that, if your affiliation has Sam Wilson, like, as a 3 threat, you ever rarely look at him as, like, a tax to make affiliation,
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. Speaking of taxes, so the next character,
Damn.
The ultimate tax.
Captain Marvel, Cosmic Avenger, the 5 threat. Gender. She's really good at making calendars in Excel spreadsheets.
Yep. Concussive is the worst trigger in this game. I will take that to my grave. Like, this is not a good trigger at all to put on a character.
Bad.
I've never seen a game where she's done good. So, in fact, when I see someone pick Captain Marvel as a 5 threat, I'm like, nice, you're playing 5 threat down.
Like,
no, not completely, but
I don't know, the 5 threat just, like, I'm trying not to be too negative here, but I really feel like that the 5 threat is held back a lot because of the existence of the binary form. And I don't know, the normal form really should be more exciting than it currently is.
Yeah, I agree.
I think this leadership kind of fixes it. And it might be a hot take because she does move pretty well. She does have a charge. And I think if it felt worse in affiliations, like A-Force is like her other home. And then they like slam Jane in there, and you're like, okay, well, I'll just always bring Mighty Thor at this point because she's the other 5. But I feel like this affiliation kind of fixes it because she is an affiliated 5, and you can pass a whole bunch of power with her round 1. Versus if you were a splasher in like Professor or Inhumans, you're just like, what are you doing? You have like better options at that point. So I think making her affiliated actually does fix her a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I agree to an extent. You can really force her in a binary, but like, I don't know, like, what's the trade-off there? Is just what I'm imagining. Plus, like, you have access to Blue Marvel or a Splash 5 threat, so again, I think it's the same A-Force thing where, like, well, Jane's affiliated, but like beyond that, like, I don't know, like, does your game plan? I can see a world where you're passing her all your power turn 1 while you're just picking up extracts, kind of setting yourself up for like a turn 2 binary.
Yeah,
but like, I don't know. That could be something. I mean, maybe it's good, and then you just constantly make sure she doesn't turn back, right? So you keep her at 3.
Yeah, always keep her at 3. You always have a charge. Yeah. That's my only thing. It's like she has the charge
only when you're in binary.
Yeah, but once you flip her, you don't have to take her out.
Yeah,
it should be noted that too. She does have access to build 2 builders in her normal form, so being able to boost those by 2 dice, right, maybe will allow her to get that spike needed to get that binary form sooner too, which is a good thing to think about.
Yeah, and she's also another affiliate that has reverse pierce on her thing.
Yeah, she's like a tough model to take down. I think you have to really like concentrate your fire as an opponent into her. So.
I should also note that like when she's in binary form, she is immune to stagger, and there's very few models that are immune to stagger. Like in this game, it's like
Who else is immune to stagger?
Juggernaut. If he does the nothing stops the Juggernaut, that removes the stagger from him.
But what about
favorite guy is he's immune to stagger.
There you go. You got there.
And Age of Venom and Blade, pseudo.
Yeah, because they can just get depth.
They can just pay it off. That's it.
Yeah. But for no resources, like, or when you transform Marvel from normal to binary, you can like shrug off a bunch of like things, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
So I don't think she's unplayable. Like here, like the other ones, her other affiliations, like it's kind of hard to keep her like used up. Outside of Force. So this is nicer. Like we're starting with a 4th threat leader, so maybe there's going to be a wider net that you can have. Because before A-Force, you had Captain Marvel and She-Hulk, and that was like 11-point core before you even get to a 3rd model.
Yeah.
So it could be tough sometimes to get the amount of power you need. But Spectrum starting at a 4th threat, like I think helps that plan a lot.
Yep. Yeah, I think you can slide a 5 threat in pretty easily, and go 5 wide. So the next person is Mr. Tony. He is also from New York.
He is. We'll give you that one.
Yeah, not to be confused with Tony Soprano. Although you never know.
You never know. He could be in. He could be in the suit.
Sopranos crossover.
Yeah, right. Could be in the suit.
That'd be funny if someone modeled Kingpin as like Iron Man. It was like the gut. Gabagool.
All right. Okay, we're done. Next.
Okay.
Iron Man.
So it's 3-threat Iron Man, and that's a pretty good workhorse model. He can push any size, right? He's got the DR with 4-3-3 stat line. It's still 10 health, but that's okay. And he has access to both Helios laser and Stark armoring, which is pretty nice as well.
Both excellent team tactics cards.
I heard you like more offensive dice, so we put more offensive dice.
Can we put more offensive dice under your car?
Yep.
pimp my team.
Yep. Good point, though, that we talked about Blue Marvel earlier, right? As like just a person that gets excess amount of power. Throwing that into a Helios laser isn't the worst idea either.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we'll get to the team tactics cards, but technically this affiliation has access to 2 Helios type cards. So,
right, yeah, more to come on that. But yeah, I think Tony's solid. So far, none of the 3 threats here, I have any problems with. They're all really, really solid as role players.
They're all very good 3 threats.
Speaking of
for the most part,
role player, dude, Luke Cage is affiliated in this team.
It's just in all the best teams. I will let you know that.
He's the best guy.
He is. He is the guy.
He's the dude. Yeah,
he's Luke the Duke. That's what I call him.
Duke.
Anyone have anything to say about Luke Cage as a whole?
He's really good.
No, he's really good. He's really good. He's your affiliated bodyguard, which is really awesome when you can reroll any number of dice with Blue Marvel.
Yeah, he's also, if you're going wide Mighty Avengers, he's a really good 3 threat that protects your extracts.
Yes.
So,
and you can get those double wilds more reliably because now you can do dice, which is awesome.
Oh, true. Yeah. 9 dice. Sweet Christmas. Thank you very much.
Yeah, 9. Slow and stunned.
That's the sweetest Christmas.
Yes, he is very good.
Yep. Let's see. Yeah, so it also brings Heroes for Hire to really good bodyguard card. So yeah, no slew of just good character tactics cards already selected in this affiliation.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he is awesome.
Luke's awesome. I actually don't think we've talked about him too extensively on this podcast, but I think everyone knows at this point, Luke's just the shit. So moving on, our 6th threat, which I'm not sure. I don't know. I'll ask you guys about when you'd use her, but She-Hulk also in this affiliation
against Dormammu.
Yeah, fair enough.
You could superior weight training and boost. I mean, you're rolling buckets of dice.
Yes, I have seen She-Hulk be effective in the Dormammu. Thank you, Pedro.
You're welcome. I mean, she's another bodyguard. You then technically have 2 bodyguards. She does have aggressive. She does. You can pass power, and I mean, she's not too bad. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about her so far.
Yeah, the bodyguard could be key though. If we're finding out that people are constantly focusing firing down Spectrum. The fact that she can usually bodyguard an attack probably means that for the most part that she can usually bodyguard twice a turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we'll get to this actually, but I do think a good way to beat this team is to murder Spectrum, like just aggro her. So She-Hulk. But the problem becomes, I guess, like why not just take Luke? He's cheaper.
Well, so Luke is a taunter, right? Versus like She-Hulk is a bodyguard, right?
True. No, true, I guess. But yeah, that's true. So you can like kind of backline them both if you need to.
Yep.
Yeah. I suppose you could end up doing like a Phelan style, like, kind of like reminiscent of what A-Force currently is, and that might be something to explore.
Yeah. You could A-Force flip, and that could be another idea. Don't want to give out any ideas right now, but...
Oh, like a duel?
Yeah, why not? You already have 2 affiliates. You just really need one.
Wait, who calls them flips?
I call them flips.
No wonder no one understands what you're talking about.
Yeah. What are you flipping to? The A-Force. There you go. See?
So, yeah, there's 3 affiliated models. That's Captain Marvel, Black Widow, and She-Hulk, right? So, you do have something there. So, that might be something to consider.
So, the reason why I also call them flips instead of duels is because when I need to flip to something, I flip to it. But mainly, I play the primary thing I'm playing.
Mm.
That's why.
Yeah, I mean, Shield could be a possible duel. Avengers, obviously, too. So
yeah,
especially Sam Avengers.
Yeah, Sam Avengers. You could Triforce this thing.
Triforce.
You could.
Thank you, Link.
You're welcome.
Yeah, she's there. I don't know. I mean, I feel like she's interesting. Does she benefit from the power game? Like, to an extent. You can turn her throw online round 1, right?
Yeah.
Or, no, she doesn't gain extra power, does she?
No, she does. Yeah, she gets 1 extra. So she starts with 2. So if you pass her 1 power, she can walk, throw.
Mm-hmm.
So unlike Blue Marvel, and that's what people are kind of like would be thinking. It's like, well, okay, why would I take She-Hulk when I just have Blue Marvel can walk, throw, right? The benefit would be the fact that She-Hulk just needs 1 power to pass it, whereas Blue Marvel's play pattern, he has to walk, shoot somebody, and hopefully they're within 3 for you to throw them afterwards.
Yeah, true. And that's a way to play around him a bit, I think, which having only 1 game into Blue Marvel, I did not realize that I should have probably repositioned my model a little bit more intelligently.
New models, new roles. It's all good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's okay. You're learning.
Speaking of all good, Captain America Steve Rogers, everybody? Anybody?
I love this model.
What?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Hold on, I got a cough offline.
Language.
Okay. No. Listeners, earnestly, I think there actually might be an interesting spot for Steve Rogers, Captain America here. So with the new source extracts, depending on how many there are in like new rotation, these characters that have the ability to do an advance without taking action, but they just can't be holding any extracts. They might be able to rotate on those particular extracts like pretty well in the future. But also, Steve Rogers being a medium move with a range 3 attack, if you pass my power turn 1 and make sure he's right across from a midline extract or secure, if someone goes to that spot on the midline, he can just on your left directly towards that objective, and they will be within range 3 for you to Stars and Stripes builder them. And that's potentially 2 attempts you can get to try to get the flurries. So you can go between 2 to 4 attacks, depending on what triggers you can hit on round 1 on somebody.
I didn't know that. That is really smart.
Yeah, that's actually like legitimately kind of cool, actually.
That is actually, I might have to try that. Hot take. I like it.
Yep.
He is the coolest Steve model, to be fair.
I think
he is.
Yes,
yeah.
They're the best.
Yeah. Maddox, R.I.P. We know how much you love him.
It's NASCAR Steve.
Is that what his nickname is?
Yes.
Why?
Because in Shield you can on your left double move medium and then Shield mobile and move long. So he's like the fastest character in the game.
Oh, gotcha. That seems
you're covering a lot. So you can also you can medium move and then Shield mobile and then still double tap someone also. So that's why he's called NASCAR Steve.
Yep.
Okay.
And again, like you can boost his dice, right? So maybe he gets the flurry more often, or he gets like a good triggers on his spender.
Yep.
You
He
know,
can re-roll any.
You can reroll any, yeah. So you can make a 9 dice pool spender, right? And then you can reroll any number of those dice for his superpower.
Yep.
So like you can spread it all in like one attack.
Yep.
My rough with him and is the fact that he still is like 6-5 health, and he doesn't have the I can do this all day, unlike the other Steve Rogers. So he is probably the most fragile still of the Steve Rogers in this game.
Yeah, I think if they gave him 6/6 and I can do this all day, I think we play him.
Yeah, yeah. And I wonder if the I can do this all day is like for a lore reason. I'm not sure. This is where like I wish I was a better like Marvel lore guy. Like, is it just because like this is young Steve and he doesn't know how to do this all day yet? Like, I don't understand.
Oh no, this Steve knows how to do it all night.
Penny, here I come.
He's still with Peggy. That's why.
Yeah, Peggy, here I come.
I'm flashing back that She-Hulk episode where Bruce is like, no, Steve Rogers is not a virgin.
I could do this all night.
No. I also will note that being a 4/4/3 is also like an incredible pay to flipper if it requires any stats to flip on stuff. So it's also really good for those too.
Yep.
Yeah, and he'll definitely take a damage on meteors, so that's cool too.
Yes. Yep. He could also because he is Steve Rogers, you could also bring Battle Plan, which does reposition some of your guys as well.
I do actually kind of like Battle Plan, right? It's like it is an AoE like remove conditions or place one like situation, like which could be useful potentially.
Yep. And you have access.
Well, you can stack that with
those cards. Yeah.
You could stack that with like a Spectrum activation where she's got her spender online too. So you're like, okay, cool. I'll get like 2 repositions. By that point, I'm almost on a point. Like if you activate him before her, so there could be fringe situations where the double bump could really help.
Yeah. So definitely it lets us see these again characters right in a new context, new settings. So like even malign models like Steve Rogers, like Captain Marvel, Cosmic Avenger, like maybe we give them on a shake right in this affiliation and see how they do.
Absolutely. And you have access to 2 of the same cards if you think about it.
You hear that clicking?
Yes.
Added to cart. I think there's a place for him, and he is the coolest. I love that model. It's a really cool Captain America model.
Such a good sculpt.
Yep.
Yeah. But that is all of the characters. So, and Jin, I noticed on our thing here, I had crossed out some things on purpose, and you unchecked them.
Oh, I gotta keep you on your toes.
Yeah. So I think we should talk about tactics cards and then move into crises, and then or tactics cards, then splashes, and like crises or something like that. So let's do tactics cards first. So we have a whole 4 brand new tactics cards that are mighty. It is 3, not 4.
Yes.
That are only 2 of all 3 require Mighty Avengers affiliation. So the first one, which I didn't think was going to be that good, and it turns out it's actually like pretty strong in certain situations, is phase manipulation. And Jin, you can talk about this one since I've seen you use it.
Yeah, I've enjoyed it. So you play it during the power phase, right? And it doesn't require any power to do it. You just have to basically call it your shot. So while you're within 4 of Spectrum, your allies will be able to choose their attack types when they're doing attacks. So that's really useful. Like if you're playing against, like, let's say Red Skull, Master of Hydra, right? He has to be weak in one of these. So that allows you to blow him up with the characters that you have in range to threaten him for that round. What's also really cool is like just like magnetic refraction, because it doesn't specify that Spectrum has to be non-dazed. If she plays this during the power phase, right, and she gets dazed, it's still going to be an effect for that round as long as her model's still on the board. So that's been a really cool thing to realize.
Yeah, I mean it's giving your team like access to like APOC's ability, and we know how that goes, but it's your whole team for a round, so it can really like swing the attrition game, I think, in general, if you're need that swing turn in mid game or something like that. So
yeah, I think there's usually most of the time there is going to be like one defense that a model is going to be weak to, and just having that Swiss Army knife of attack type rate is going to be really nice.
Or like you see Mummy across the board, and you're going with someone with all physical, or turning Ant-Man's 7 dice builder into a physical into Contu is like feels pretty good. So,
Can
Yeah.
you change it mid ricochet with Sam?
no.
Why not?
Oh, I guess you could.
Yeah, because
It's whenever you choose an attack.
so when you're
whenever
choosing
you make an
attack,
attack.
you declare a target. But then if you get the ricochet, that's a new target. So then can you change it to another one?
Oh, okay. Choosing
Yep.
the attack.
From what I'm reading here.
Yeah, because you're choosing an attack, and then before declaring a target, you would choose.
Yeah. So for the ricochet, right? You're going to do the attack. You have to say what type of attack is, and then you pick the ricochet target. I think so.
So you could do like an energy bounce into a mystic?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, because you're redoing the attack again. So then you would pick who you're doing, and then you would
Yeah, I think it meets all the criteria.
changing it. So you can like change to everybody's weakest defense, which then allows him to push through more damage. Or like more guaranteed damage, so then you can get the pushes off.
Yeah, no, that would be pretty sweet. God, yeah, giving Sam energy of mystic shields. Oh,
Yep. Yep. Goodbye, Beast. Not dealing with you anymore.
nope. Yeah, so face manipulation, I think it's like it reads better than initially is because it's like, but it's the fact that it's free. I think it's active all around. Like actually makes it like pretty solid.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I can't believe that it's free too. Man, New Mutants. Nah.
All the good stuff right off the rip.
Yeah. The Man of Marvels, right? That's the next affiliated one.
Yep.
We could also talk about Going All Out because that's the other Spectrum card, the Pair specifically. It's not this affiliation specific. It's unaffiliated, but it is just for Spectrum. So this one where she can spend 3 power. She then places with 2 of her current position. And then when attacking this activation, the defending character can't add crits to the results, and they can't explode from the crits as well, and they can't modify their defense dice. So whatever you roll, Sans crits is what you get for your defense roll for her this round, which I think is pretty powerful. I think my only thing is like whether or not 3 power would be too much to play with her, because I feel like her power is spoken for a lot of times. I don't know, Pedro, have you gotten try Going All Out at all?
I haven't tried it. I actually like the card because sometimes these cards like Seance says you basically anyone like you possess, they can't pop crits. But this one I like because it gives you movement on top of it. So it's a move plus you're like guaranteed to try to do more damage because they can't pop crits or reroll anything. So I actually like it because it gives you 2 things versus sometimes some of these cards only give you 1 thing. And like that's it. But I will agree, her power economy I think is too precious and it's too built into everything else that maybe you bring it once in a blue moon. Maybe this is like a kaiju card, where it's like, okay, I just need this thing to die, and then that's when you bring it.
Yeah, maybe it's like a matchup dependent card where it's like if you get someone that's Reality Stone, like a Malekith or something, that's really depending on those like skill conversions, right?
Yep.
Maybe that's when it's like a matchup dependent card.
Yeah.
I think good call out on the movement though. I think that's really important.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really good.
Okie dokie. Man of Marvels.
Okie dokie.
Okay.
This is Blue Marvel's card.
Yes.
Yep.
But it is affiliated, so you can only use it with Blue Marvel in Mighty Avengers.
Yep. So he can basically, I'll take it. He can spend 3, and it's basically like battle plan. So Blue Marvel and each other allied character within 3 may choose one of the following. That character removes up to 2 damage from himself. It can gain a power or place that character within 1 of its current position. So it's almost exactly like, it's not exactly like Battle Plan, but it's kind of close. So I like it for the 3 power. The only problem I've had so far with this card is I've not kept my range bands tight to make it effective. It's always been like Blue Marvel's either too far to the left or too far to the right and like not within 3 to make it work. So I end up just
that sounds like a you problem.
Yeah, it is. It's a play issue. It's a player problem here. But so far I just have not had the chance to play it correctly. But
Yeah,
I mean,
I think it's more useful in like tighter maps. You know,
Yes.
like we played. Jen and I played a practice game today on Fisk, and it was pretty effective. I think.
Oh
and,
yeah,
when
this
Jen
would be
played it.
perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And what's nice about it, it is the same range band as his antimatter barrier, the reroll defense dice power that he has.
Yep.
So as long as you're thinking about those, that's also the same range as tactics cards, which is good for quality of life.
Yes. Yep.
yeah,
Yeah, but I like it. I think it's a pretty good card.
yeah. I think so. And then the last card is the second, basically the second Helios, kind of a dumbed down Helios, the ultimate. And I can read this one because I can read. No, so I think you choose whether it's physical or energy. It starts at 0 dice, and then you add dice. You add dice equal to the amount of power you spent with a wild trigger. The defender and everyone within 2 of the defender gains stun before damage, actually, which is really good. And basically, you battery it in the same way you battery Helios. You spend power. To be fair, though, it can only be on Mighty Avengers characters, so you can't use splashes to kind of help power this. So Helios might just be the better option here, but I do like the before damage is dealt stun a lot. That's really good. If you haven't played into something that does that, it's very effective.
Having claw flashbacks right now.
Well, I'm thinking when what is it? Is it Miles 2 or is it 2099?
Oh yeah, they both actually stun before damage on their spenders, which is gross.
Very good. Yeah.
So yeah, that's a good call out because I was trying to figure out like why would I want this over Helios? But okay, I think Helios is going to be more economical to kill people because it's got the trigger to get extra damage and also starts with 2 dice for the whip. But the fact that this one actually stuns people before damage is dealt, so they get very little comeback resources, I think is actually really important.
Yeah, I do think you're going to have a problem because we've been going through the characters, right? I think your 10 is going to be tight. So whether or not this makes it is all kind of like how much you value that. I think stun before damage is dealt can be very, very useful, especially when you're about to like flip something. Stun before damage is dealt before you flip is like very impactful because then they wake up with less power. So just a thought.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of the characters that would just have that extra power to spend. So like Blue Marvel for sure would have extra power to spend. But like I feel that
Ant-Man
maybe.
100%.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Yep.
Black Widow.
Yep.
There you go.
Yeah, Black Widow.
Steve Rogers because no one's using them. I mean, Steve Rogers.
No. Steve Rogers definitely like. Honest to God, though, like Steve Rogers actually is given power. He can spend it like can't.
Very well. Yes. Yep. Yeah. No. Ant-Man, Black Widow, Iron Man. I think you just basically power dump with those 3.
Yeah.
So yeah, tactics cards as a whole, like I think are like pretty. Oh, you know what? There's one more card that was spoiled. I think it was like Strange Avengers. That's like the Spectrum, like Elsa Bloodstone card.
Yes.
So they each can. Let's see. When Elsa or Monica Rambeau make an attack action after the action resolved, they may each spend 1 to play the card. The character that attacked may advance medium. Then the character that the card that plays this card may make an attack with a cost of 0, targeting a character that was targeted by that attack action. Okay. So this is interesting because neither of these guys seem affiliated in the same affiliations for now, like until they release the affiliated document as a recording. But I don't know. Free shot with Elsa Bloodstone. Maybe that's enough to finish somebody off after you do a beam attack with the Spectrum.
Yeah, you could. Are they hinting that you should be playing Elsa with Monica in Mighty Avengers?
I'm wondering what Elsa brings, though. I mean, she brings like some condition game, but her leadership was like the most interesting thing on her card, though.
Yeah. Let's see. I mean, she is pretty mobile. I mean, you could also run and gun twice.
That's true. Yeah. It's not a regular hit and run, right? Where it's limited to once per turn. Like she could keep doing it twice.
Yep, she could do it twice. If she gets a condition, she can give out damage. She also can't get advanced replaced, so she kind of just sits there. She doesn't suffer from getting displaced too much, except on pushes from attacks. Yeah.
Maybe worth exploring. Or maybe do you consider taking Monica and Midnight Suns, Elsa's leadership instead?
I think you would do that. Think of it now, because boosting dice for everybody else seems very good in a team that wants to be 100% attrition.
Yeah, there could be a big deal where it's like, oh yeah, I will ignore DR for this attack, and also I'll boost the dice by 2.
Yes.
Which could be a big deal.
Which can be huge. Yeah, big time. You can also spend 1 on Elsa's spender and then just have Spectrum boost it without making Elsa power dump.
That's true. Yeah, that could be good for like killing an Apocalypse or something, right? Because that prevents the health regeneration, which is really nice.
Yep. So that could be kind of cool. The card is cool. It's a free attack. I mean, you can't complain. Each spend 1, so and you're still getting attacks. That's pretty good, and it's extra movement, so it's not bad at all.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, you actually get to know the results of the attack too to see whether or not you actually need to throw an extra like movement and attack in.
Yep.
As well. Now it's still probably going to be fairly niche in usage, I think, but I don't know. Like it's definitely not unplayable. I would say that.
Yep.
All right. Crisis. Does anyone have any thoughts on Crisis? I guess, right?
We've kind of gone over this. I feel like at this point, I don't know, mid-range missions. I don't know. Now we've done so many of these, it's like I feel like when we're talking about mid-range teams, we have like a slew of possible missions. When we're talking about attrition, we have a slew, and then whatever. So I think they can play pretty well on any mid-range map, which would be like B maps. I mean, Spectrum's got a long move, so they could probably hammer home on Ds. I don't know if you want to like include those in your roster, but like you have some play there. I think probably they are a little bit more sometimes attrition focused. So like having those close knit pay to flips might not be too bad either, since they have Bass in there as well.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like
I think they're just good overall. I mean, I think they can, like you just said.
Well, that's really constructive feedback.
No, I'm agreeing with you 100%.
Yeah, I don't think you want to take super attrition-y missions with them. Like, you probably don't want to include alien ship. I don't know if they like taking that kind of damage, and they don't gain power. They can't pass power from it. So, like, maybe that's not a mission you want to necessarily have in your list. But, like, I see they're good in terms of extracts, like Inhumans, hammers. They wouldn't be too terrible. I don't think you want that in your 5, but like, probably not too fast scoring, typical mid-range stuff, right? Like not too fast scoring, not too slow. So you want like 4 probably ideally, extracts, and 4 secure. So like an 8 VP kind of pace. Jailbreak, like Jen said, like maybe with Steve, there's some like gameplay into Jailbreak. So,
yep.
Do you think they play Scoundrels well?
It depends on your matchup, right?
So you have Sam in affiliation, you have Blue Marvel that can throw people off, and you also have Iron Man.
Yep.
So you actually have like displacement from the get go.
And
then you can splash for like a Ghost Spider, right? Oh man, Ghost Spider would be so good.
Yep.
Here.
Yep. You could
splash. I mean, maybe you can, if you're running like in terms of list archetypes, there might be like room to say that like you could go like 6 wide with some of these characters. So with this affiliation, So yeah, maybe they do have some more scoundrel play than I'm giving them credit for, or even senators for that matter.
Yeah, like I know I splash a Sentinel, which is just basically you ensnare someone. So that could be.
Jin was splashing Prime. I gotta say that was pretty baller.
Prime's real good.
Yeah. I will agree with that.
Yeah, he gets.
But anyways, one thing at a time, boys.
Sorry. Oh, we skipped. We're
gonna get to splashes next.
Damn it.
Well, yeah. So I mean, I think ideal missions like so we went through some of the extracts. So secures, like just some examples. Like they're probably okay on Deadline. Fisk is good for them. I think Wedding Party. They're also pretty solid on Wedding Party. I like them. The idea of them on a B map. So like Infinity in particular.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't think you want to take D's in your you probably don't want to take D's. Maybe like Deadline, but beyond that, like a wide D might not be the best, but I don't think they're bad on it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, it depends on the models you take, right? Sam Wilson and Ant-Man like are happy to play on D shapes because they can usually like get to
Spectrum too.
Spectrum, she's okay, yeah, but she doesn't have like extra movement while doing stuff. Like she has to commit like 1 or 2 moves to get the places most time, even though she's a long mover.
True.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking like Sam can airlift her. She moves hits, something like that.
Oh,
but
yeah, of course. Yeah, for sure.
Lockdown
Yeah.
is really good because you can contest within 2. So you don't have to fully commit onto range 1 of 1 something. So you
yeah,
just let you shoot stuff with Blue Marvel relatively well. I don't know.
So
yeah, he's a good turret there for sure.
Yeah.
I think you'll probably just start with. So this is going to be a play-by-player basis, I think, because it's going to also like get influenced by your splashes too, like what you end up if you go run a little more fighty, if you run more scory. So from there, I would say you start fair, like 4 and 4, for a lot of Crisis, and then from there season to the characteristics that you may want, right? From different ones to different ones. I think
I really like that idea of Gwen in there on Scoundrels.
Yeah.
Ghost Spider with extra power and Scoundrels turns out to be very, very good, as I've come to realize.
Yep.
Or even on Infinity too at 17. I kind of like that too. But
All right.
Yeah.
So let's see. Go with Crisis, I guess.
Splashes.
But, yeah. Splashes. Well, you mentioned Prime, right? We've mentioned who else have we mentioned so far?
A regular
King T.
Sentinel, King T.
Yep,
sort
King
of.
T, yep. Regular Sentinel is also good.
Bill.
I
mean, Bill is great everywhere.
I mean, yeah, pass 1 extra power to him. He walks
walks
throws.
throws.
Since we also have a battery character, maybe you consider taking Red Skull 3 with Blue Marvel to make him like his kit like even more better.
Yep.
Would Karnak work as a good battery here too?
I had him in my first game. He's actually not bad.
But like
anyone who meditates.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like, I feel like it's hard for Karnak. Like, if he's, I don't know, if the map's like wide enough, like he might have trouble like affecting the board. What Karnak is really good though is like walking to a point and being like, "It's like okay, move me off this point, or I'm gonna punch you and move you off." Basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, very true. Gorgon probably is good here. Has another if you need another bodyguard.
I mean,
Gwen,
Zemo
we
is
mentioned
good anywhere.
Well, yeah,
anywhere. But I mean, round like turn 1 charge. You can also I'm a Baron and pass the power to someone else.
Yeah, all your charge models like that. So that'll be the typical like usual suspects of Zemo, Shang-Chi. Like obviously are going to be great here because they
Jin, quick question. If a large base bumps 1, is it within range 3 of the midline?
I'm not sure if it actually is, but that's something we have to check out. So yeah, listeners, give that a try and see if you're within range already.
I'm thinking Ironmonger.
Oh. That's a good choice though.
Yeah, you mentioned King Black Bolt too at one point, Pedro.
Yes.
I believe.
Yep. Field leader. You can stack up your beams. You can also now change your attack type beams that we just figured out today. So that's pretty good.
Yeah, very
and
true.
he takes forever to die. My King Black Bolt is rolling like champs. Also, he's like kind of immune to stagger-ish during the activation phase if you already used them and someone wants to stagger you for next round, which is not too bad.
Oh, Prowler could be super good under this leadership too.
You could. Yep.
Especially if you're like going for pay to flip plan.
Yep.
Which you could build it out that way.
Yep.
I like him there.
I think any power leadership makes anyone good. I think I think the best thing about this leadership is that it happens on both turns, like yours and my turn. So I think that's what changes a little bit, where it's like you can be like, oh, okay, like this can fix a lot of little things that I need.
Yeah.
Well, I
do think it when you're picking splashes, though, we should say like I think you can build maybe. I'm just realizing kind of now you can kind of build them out almost like how you want them to play based on what missions you're taking.
Yep.
And then like take your splashes accordingly. So if you need something even more mid-rangey or something more fighty or something more mission play, like, Gwen, or any of, a lot of the webs like Spec would also be solid here. So like, you can kind of like mix and match your splashes to attune to how the missions you're picking, basically. So
Yep. Is there a world you bring Clea? Because I'm thinking double boost.
there's no world.
Oh,
where you
okay,
bring her.
okay. I tried here.
I think once you get into
Denied.
two support models, it gets kind of hairy because like it's like, oh, if your hammer piece goes down, you have these two support pieces left. And the board, you're like, oh, what do we do now? Like,
Yeah,
sometimes.
true. Denied. Doctor Strange. I'm just saying.
I actually really like a dual list with Strange. I think that's something interesting to
Defenders, Mighty Avengers.
Yep.
Yeah.
The ultimate
also
hot
Strange.
take, Ebony Maw.
All right, Pedro, that's enough.
Yeah.
We're not gonna go through all the fucking characters. Oh, hot take. Also, this one.
Legitimately, though, Strange being able to boost defense dice for Spectrum, who has the reverse pierce, I think making her a 5/6/5 is like really scary. Actually,
yeah, I agree.
Yep.
That's a tank right there. And then he also reverse pierces, so that kind of like duel seems pretty good. Like that, those two characters working together.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that could be a very very interesting phalanx to work with each other.
Yep.
So Spectrum is also a very good splash in Midnight Suns.
Yep, turns out she's good in a lot of places. Yeah,
Yep.
Waller was splashing her with Dormammu, and Dormammu throwing 8 dice at you is also terrifying.
Yep.
Yeah, no, this is a different topic, but I think I don't know, I like Emma better personally, but I think she's definitely plays a role in like a Dormammu splash for sure. 8 dice is terrifying, counting skulls. So, but that's Blue Marvel too. So you have that.
No, counting my skulls.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. Yeah. So there's a lot there. I feel like again, like structure your list. However you structure your list, if you're going more mission playing or if you're going, whatever you need, you can kind of take a piece that is going to benefit from this. There are like again more efficient models, and typically they're the ones that. We mentioned a bunch of them, like Spec, Bill, Shang-Chi. Probably doesn't actually benefit that much from this, except for the round 1 charge. But he's a good battery, too, in general. So, yeah, I don't think we need to go over how you beat them, just because it's too soon. I will say, if you play into them and you target Spectrum pretty hard, again, if you take a leader out, that's a pretty common way to beat an affiliation in general. But if you like target down Spectrum and they lose the power passing, it becomes like some field battles. So
yeah, Spectrum and Blue Marvel are very vulnerable to displacement since they don't have action compression innately, and they also are still very vulnerable to conditions that they're not immune to. Both are very susceptible to Sagger, which is really rough. Root is pretty rough on Spectrum, I think. Any sort of like power, like throttling conditions will really hurt Spectrum. Blue Marvel, you just displace him and you stagger him, and he's going to feel like really rough, I think, at the end of the day.
Yeah. So any kind of I guess recommendations for people wanting to start too, buy the box that just came out, and then you can kind of mix and match from there. Right?
Pretty much. Just give it a go.
Yeah.
Give it a whirl.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or, use TTS and try it out without buying the box.
Do it for free.
Yeah, but all the models are pretty solid, especially the 3 threats. Like you can't go wrong with any of the 3 threats really in this affiliation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So any kind of final thoughts?
Play some Mighty Avengers. They look cool, and they're going to activate a lot of kits, so they're going to be very fun for splashes, I think, in the future and currently.
Yeah, just have fun with it.
Yeah, they seem pretty good. So with that, though, I'll close this bad boy out. So you can join us on our Discord. Link is below. We have an email, aliveon1@gmail.com. Follow RSMP, link is below. Please leave a review on Apple and Spotify or wherever you prefer to listen. And also thanks to our affiliate, Huge Miniatures. The link below is they carry tons of hobbying stuff, so basing products, paint, things like that. So go check them out. Use that Link. I think there's some discounts. I don't remember. But thank you, Pedro, and welcome. I guess your second or third
Thank you.
podcast.
Thank you. It's awesome.
You're welcome. And I guess without further ado, Godspeed to the character that every Marvel fan knows and loves, Blue Marvel. Good night.